What do you need to know about insurance as a new homeowner? Hey, this is Mendy with My Insurance Claim Expert, proudly brought to you by Panther Public Adjusting. And today, I'm going to do a special video going into what you should understand about your insurance when you're buying your first house. But before we get into this, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and share this with someone who's buying their first house. Now let's get into it. Okay, question number one we get all the time. Is it required to have insurance when you buy a house? So you are required to have insurance if you buy a house, if you're using a mortgage. If you're buying the house with cash, there's nobody that can force you into buying an insurance policy. That being said, be aware, even if you're buying it for cash, your house is one of your most valuable assets, and you want to protect it properly because something stupid like a misfunctioning oven can cause a fire that destroys your entire house, or a hurricane, things beyond your control. So, of course, I always recommend you buy insurance. However, if you have a mortgage, your mortgage is going to require that you have a policy. And this is very simple. They are invested in you. They gave you a sizable amount of money they lent you, and they want to make sure they're protected. And in fact, they're going to require that you have a policy that meets their minimum requirements and includes their name as a beneficiary, meaning if there is damages and a check is issued, you're going to have the insurance company include them on the check. It's going to list you and your mortgage company. Why is this the case? Well, this goes back to Hurricane Andrew in the early 90s. After Hurricane Andrew, you had people who had their house fully mortgaged. Hurricane Andrew destroyed their house, and they got paid out a total loss. So let's just say they had a $100,000 house. Insurance came, paid them $100,000. They owed $90,000 on the mortgage. They said, you know what? Let the mortgage foreclose on the house. I'm going to take the $100,000, buy a brand new house without a mortgage, and I'm not going to have a mortgage anymore. And the houses clearly were not worth $100,000, so the mortgage companies foreclosed. The houses were maybe worth $5,000, $10,000, and they lost significant amounts of money. And therefore, after that, Congress passed a bill that said that when you get paid, when the insurance company pays you money on your loss, they have to include your mortgage company as a payee. Okay, next question we get is, when do I need to get an insurance policy by? Do I have some kind of grace period? The answer is no. It's important that you have a policy in place when you close on your house. In fact, typically, if you're getting a mortgage, the mortgage company is not going to allow you to close on the house if you don't have a policy in place. Understand, again, this is one of your most valuable assets, and if you close on the house and an hour later there's a fire that destroys the house, what are you going to do if you held off on getting insurance? Now, when should you get that policy in place? So what's going to happen is you want to shop for that in advance because you don't want to wait for the last minute. Insurance agents are notorious, and it's not their fault, it's the insurance companies. Take time to get back to them, but it takes time to get a policy. It's not something that happens in an hour typically. You got to give them a few days. So start shopping for this once you sign a contract on the house. Start shopping for an insurance policy so that you have it in place. Your agent will know how to handle it. They're going to have that it's bound on the day of closing. And in fact, by closing, part of the closing cost is going to include the first premium for the policy, and the title agent is going to go ahead and make that payment to the insurance agency once you close on the house. Like this, you know you're covered, you know you have insurance in place from the minute you sign those documents. The truth is, just because your house looks okay after a storm, it doesn't mean that's the case. See, here's the truth. You could have a water intrusion, roof deck separation, framing shifts, electrical issues, window damage. It can all happen silently after high winds, hail, or heavy rain. And if you don't find these early, you may file your claim too late or not at all. And that can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. At Panther, we've seen homeowners walk away from real damage simply because they don't know what to look for.